fight after consecutive LOOT.BET grand finals, saying, hey, UCC, we want that direct playoffs invite. We don't want to play in these group stages against these guys. Against the Heretics, of course, who did go 3-0 in those groups. Very convincing stuff, and just as convincing in this pistol, finding Shiro Axel right off the bat.
I like this early aggression from Heretics. I mean, especially that long push from Python. That's fantastic for Hobbit. Oh, they're not seeing him. This trigger discipline's absolutely perfect. He could get multiple kills.
Needs to find these initial kills. And, well, struggling initially with the Glock in hand, but will connect. And, well, now the 1 versus 2 for kioShiMa, as he is locked out of this B bomb site. And NAFANY is going to take him down as well. Gambit youngsters. And that Desert Eagle of Python, and with Lucky standing out in the open as well, learn those angles on the B bomb site. It's the AK-47 to chip through, and this round already is practically over. The B bomb site almost fully taken. Lucky has to backtrack. I'd suggest saving the scout, but he doesn't agree, and that will fall.
Yeah, these rifles are just going to tear them apart at close range. The whole goal here for Heretics as well. He can wrap all the way around the back here, but oh, he's been spotted out. XMS takes him. There's only a Mach 10 gained. That's interesting. Gambit aren't expending these rifles to hunt. It's only the Mach 10s that are looking to find the kills, and, well, so far unsuccessful.
Enough as well, Josh. We've seen Gambit make consecutive grand finals here at LOOT.BET. I think they actually won the last one. Obviously, losing in second place against, I think, Godsent last time, and then perhaps somebody else, Heroic, the time before, if I remember rightly.
To get onto that stage and show that they can shine under the spotlight, as you say. Certainly excited to see it. And now I think they're in a better position, a better headspace to do so as well. We saw last time they played Godsent, it was when they were in that...
Likely see later in this series. At the 35-second mark, XMS, a fishing expedition for a bit of information, and he will initially take down Hobbit. Over towards the B bomb site now. Gambit not committed. They want to take on XMS initially aggressively. Only 20 seconds to play with.
XMS, he's got a fantastic position, but the trigger discipline's not there. Nonetheless, he finds himself 2, and that pretty much secures the round. He knows that there's not a lot of time on the clock. He doesn't need to risk it. He can just take 1, maybe 2 down with him, and that's his round for the taking. interz, he's got no choice but to save here. He's only got that Galil in hand, but he's got 5.5k in the bank, and he knows that there's no point in going out.
The A and B bomb site, lots of numbers. I think the big number on the board is that Inferno Night Rock. We like to call it Dwayne Johnson here on the main broadcast. And Maka stands out into the open, and Shiro's going to get his scalp removed. Bit of surgery.
I really felt like Gambit had the upper hand in that engagement. The flash was perfect. They managed to get out, but yeah, just showing the top of the head. And Maka's not going to let that one go amiss, even finding a second before he drops, giving Heretics this man advantage. But that is the AWP gone, and it's unretrievable. Quite a lot of firepower lost as Gambit continued to press onto this site, and XMS needs to work wonders.
Forced out into the open, he only trades 1-1 against the blinded Hobbit. That's XMS eliminated. He was on the side angle, and now a 2 versus 3 with the rotate firmly here for the Heretics, and they should be able to wrap this one up. Just the captain versus a pair of them, and 22 HP to work with for the in-game leader. That nade over the top should be brutal, and it dunks onto Hobbit. That's a 3-pointer where I come from.
This feels like a potential wasted investment.
It absolutely does, until he finds a shot like that. Python gets stung, leaving just the AK-47 to hold up the line. That's kioShiMa once again all isolated, and he has to contest against the pistols, and NAFANY's a little too quick to the punch. That's the B bomb site cracked, and with Shiro still the AWP in hand, Hobbit the only player to incur any real damage. He's able to find another one onto Maka, the other side of the map. That's into toilets. The A bomb site now becomes under contest. His Heretics, they want to gang up on the curly letter, which should be the final approach. Still a doable round for these final 2 members, but walking into Shiro's AWP, it's so damn dangerous. That's his second. And Lucky carrying towards the barrels on the B bomb site as the last line of resistance. I don't think that he's good enough to get this one done. Smart player, opening headshot, and Gambit recoil.
I feel like I had a sentence in my head the entire round where I was going to say, well, there's obviously up. They've got NAFANY, who's picked himself up an AK, and this is such a successful round from Gambit, and I feel like a fool criticizing it.
You know what's...
Might not be what they fancy, and right now it's looking like they are heading towards this B site. There is somewhat of a CT stack there, but interz disposes of the connector push nicely. That gives them this man advantage, and Keo, well, he's feeling a little bit too much for the information, but he has found it, instantly traded by Shiro. Snappy flick shot.
And Maka inside the connector has been held at bay, now 3 HP, and well, with 70 seconds left to tick, I think that he might be on borrowed time. There's the kill coming through. Should be a 5th converted for Gambit here. Very convincing stuff there towards the B bomb site. I don't imagine Python with this aggressive angle should be able to do too much. It's one that Gambit, surely as that smoke dissipates, is going to check. They've got, well, all of these angles open, and well, there's the first frag. And Lucky probably not
To say youngsters, and then I go, oh no, these guys are just Gambit now. It's a
grown up.
Weird one.
Maybe
Yeah.
they've christened.
Grab it at the last moment. Lucky is just going to bring that M4 into the next, and yeah, as you say, they've grown up, the Gambit youngsters. It feels like a proud dad moment. They shouldn't be challenged all too much here. Heretics haven't really invested anything around this M4, and as Lucky is able to take himself down one, NAFANY should be able to trade this as he starts to fall back. He's got a strong angle. The flashbang denies it. That's actually pretty perfect from Lucky, but in the meantime, all of the Gambit players are stacked up outside of B, and they're ready to execute here. Just against the pistols, they should be able to dispose of it. That's a fantastic spray transfer from Axel.
If that is a sign of what's to come, I am excited for what Gambit are going to offer. Not just in this series, but tournament. Axel, Bogdan's law dictates he has to take the AWP. He's on 14 points of health. And with only 15 seconds left, there is a denial opportunity for Python here. Smoke down in a way. I'd love to see him burst through the smoke here to try and deny this one. But he needs these kills, and he's not playing nearly as aggressive as he needs to in this scenario. Lucky should have probably been able to punish it as well. Heretics maybe just take
Operable. Right now, another buy round, a double AWP setup from Heretics, and Lucky getting quite aggressive.
Oh, he needs to be the main man, and there's 2 kills for his troubles. Watching into Monster for even more, but he's got a nade in hand. There's the punishment opportunity for interz. Straight through towards the B.
Rotate later on, and here's going to be the B commitment.
Great spray from Keo, but can't convert the 2 of them. 10 seconds left. Should be looking to deny the bomb once more, but with NAFANY stuck on the mainland of this bomb site, he doesn't go down. Instead, protection policy from Shiro as he finds the headshot, levels up the numbers. Python now challenged to get aggressive. Needs to take this angle. There's the information and the follow-up frag. Shiro now spots them both, but 12 HP. What can he do? Not both of them, perhaps, as the 3rd round comes through for Heretics. That B bomb site, so hard to hold when you haven't got the HP to do it.
It absolutely is. Heretics play that one perfectly as well. Just
stable on the CT side most of the time. That's exactly what you'd expect to see. This money, easy to break, and that B bomb site defense as well. Stunning, startling stuff. Lots of time on the board as well, and interz gets even more information for his troubles. Straight towards the T spawn. XMS probably
discipline to be able to say, right, we've lost a man, we've lost a site. Let's just focus on keeping hold of these weapons. And, well, kioShiMa's just upgraded to an AK. As long as he can stay alive here, then this is certainly not a successful round for Heretics, but I like it. They'll be able to go into this next. Maka should be able to drop.
Do we get a change up in domestic policy on this CT side? You see them playing the standard defense every time, and it's just not working out. They're conceding all of these opening kills. You've got the firepower of Hobbit hitting headshots. Now, I'm not saying playing a massively aggressive defense would really work out for them here, but they surely don't think that Heretics are changing it up nearly enough. I'd love to see Lucky just take a tactical pause, have a bit of a discussion about this one, and if we don't see attack right now...
Haven't since sort of the early rounds in this game, and I like this change-up. XMS getting super aggressive, goes completely overlooked. Maka's able to capitalize. XMS finds 2. That's absolutely sensational, and he can even fall
over the top in this one. Might lead to an even more dominant scoreline as the AWP connects. Hobbit, the one-man arm. They have to make a massive mistake here to give him an opening, and the Kazakhstani captain is instantly going to walk into the AWP.
By the looks of things, though, that was just that little momentum booster that Heretics needed, and Lucky getting aggressive elsewhere, able to drop that bomb early. That's a bit of a mistake from interz.
Yeah, it certainly is. Don't see Gambit make many of those, so now Heretics need to capitalize, and I really don't like this angle from Python. He's going to get instantly traded there. There's Lucky there to bail him out of a lot of trouble, and Heretics do collapse onto this C4 as soon as it goes down. What perfect play from this CT side. Shiro once again walks into his favorite weapon. I think Maka's going to be the key member here. If he connects the first shot, I think that's going to divert the attention. And, oh, it's a nice slider. XMS able to chip on through. I love these configurations for Heretics. And the question mark for me, Josh, is why didn't they do this earlier? Seems like every single round they've got a game plan right now. For Hobbit, he's been, stuck in the mud a lot of these times. And, well, there's XMS to close it. Getting rid of the triple. I think G on Twitter. Quick shot from the AWP. Maka recoils in towards the connector, and there's nobody really to capitalize off that one. Gambit, that's a bit a bomb site fairly open. Lucky has to really just capitalize off this on his lonesome, and he stood way out in the open. Lucky to actually find that second shot. That's where he gets his name from. And at the 50-second mark, the flank is going to be instantly thwarted, and another 1vx situation, this time for NAFANY. He's out in the open. There's the capitalization. 8-7 at the...
Right, that was a sermon joke. Right,
no, that was a joke for him, exclusively.
All right, cool. Well, as we get into the pistol, it's Shiro to find this first, and oh, nice snappy headshot from Hobbit as well to try and shut this one down.
Quick kills towards the A-bomb site. Python able to trade, but this is still a 4 versus 2 situation, Josh. And that bomb, no one there going down right now. Python going to tap those digits in, forcing Lucky to get aggressive, but Hobbit more than aware. That bomb does go away. Bit of bonus cash for the French pockets. And interz going to finish off the job there. 9 quick rounds for Gambit.
Certainly not the start the Heretics would have wanted, especially after that nice 4-in-a-row string. This could be a momentum breaker for them. Might not be, but they really need to bounce back here.
And Keo, just with the Desert Eagle, wants to take a lot of flack out of this situation, and absolutely does. Lovely headshot. There's Python to convert. The whole of this A-bomb site falls for Gambit. And that triage of CTs gets absolutely... This isn't a tech problem. interz is just inspecting the... Oh, no, he isn't. I thought he was inspecting... I watch it, and I see the first scene, and I just get angry, like, why is this so bad? And then I have to carry on watching it. I don't know. Large, AK in hand, and he doesn't seem to... Oh, look towards this one. Axel just stands out into the open, and that triple defense breaks for the second time. We repeat, but it's a very similar scenario.
Yeah, it's certainly quite bizarre. interz and Hobbit right now are the men that need to try and retake this one, and by the looks of things, they don't want anything to do with it. It comes down to mind games when rounds are reset, yeah? It comes down to these kind of mind games where you say, are we going to go for the same setup? Do we want to try and counter-strat what they did last?
G of going for paper every single time. The question is, though, Josh, when is Heretics going to switch it up to rock?
Okay, welcome to ESPN 10. We got the professional rock, paper, scissors today.
Like, what was that one that we saw horseshoe throwing?
No, it's called cornhole. It's like beanbag toss. Yeah.
Well, this one wasn't very interesting anyway. It was a force buy, but Gambit get this A-bomb site, this rock, completely torn apart again. I do like cornhole. Cornhole sounds like something rude. Sounds like something... That's like a... That's a very strong career change.
Yeah, I suppose. Send them an email. Just see what I get back.
I love that angle from interz, but that's the only rifle gone, Joshua.
About it. That's my one technical lingo term.
Oh, is that it? From all
actually,
the hours
that's
of
pretty
research?
much the premise. That's pretty much the premise of all the commentary. It's oh, that one went in. Oh, that one just missed. And I'm like, you can, and then it's oh, an airmail. Like that's your kind of your 3 stages. And whilst we've been chit-chatting, Heretics have actually taken the lead. 10-9 right now, and kioShiMa, he's charging right in. Unfortunately, can't win that engagement. Shiro finds one of his own quite quick.
But with a flank already on the way from Gambit, look at this. They've pretty much cornholed them into this A-bomb site right now, and here come the headshots. What a convincing round.
That is actually, no, cornhole is one word, bro. Come on. You gotta know this stuff.
Cornhole is one word.
Yeah. That's I don't know. But yeah, ACL. ACHL hasn't got the same ring to it.
I feel like the ACL is like one of those university leagues.
And
Yeah, maybe we should just get rid of half of the sports, and I feel like cornhole must be on the list.
No.
Unfortunately.
No, come on, man. You can't get rid of cornhole.
What a rubbish round from Heretics, all things considered. You see, they go for this split approach towards the A bomb site. Obviously, the C4 is totally isolated. XMS now reserved to saving the AWP, but Gambit seem to have found that second wind on the CT. I feel like this investment might be airmailed right down the cornhole. Quick kill for XMS regardless.
And all of these attackers getting quite close to him as he holds behind Optimus. He can't connect to any of these shots. Finally lands himself one. Switches to the P250. Knows he has to take these close fights. And right now they're trading evenly, but Shiro denies the plant. There's no way for Heretics to get back into this one. kioShiMa has to pull off a 2-on-1, and Shiro's going to dispose of
setup. So I think saving in that scenario is just as damaging as going for the investment outright. Obviously, that maths is a little bit different. If you survive after time, it doesn't really make as much sense. Hobbit with the 1-for-1 trade.
Axel getting aggressive as well. Should be able to maybe catch Python off guard. Python actually seems to know what's up. He's able to level this one back out.
Slow stance. Heretics all over the map. There goes the swing, and interz able to find two. That's the round over, Josh.
Those kills there. Just dropping that bomb and causing these contingencies for Heretics is impactful. And right now, Python does
negligible damage.
Gambit have certainly had waves of success, and right now Shiro, well, he needs to fall away. He knows that he's got this AWP in hand, he's got low HP, and that Molotov's perfectly placed and allows Axel to wreak havoc, able to find himself two. A lot of damage, but no more than that. And Heretics have actually done a fair amount of damage in this one. They found themselves 2 kills, possibly more. Not going to happen, though. But it's definitely something that's like playing on my mind. It's like, what? Every time I say Gambit, it feels like I should be saying the Gambit youngsters. This round, Heretics getting incredibly aggressive very, very quickly. And Hobbit, well, he's just caught looking the wrong way at the wrong time. And Heretics, it's a very nice response. We saw it earlier on in the first half, right in those closing rounds. They change things up. They get aggressive, and it works out perfectly for them. And this time we see it again. But let's see if they can actually make it work across multiple rounds, or if this is just
it's just the Shiro AWP remaining. You can actually drop 2 M4A4s in this scenario with 7k in the bank account.
Collected.
And that gives any potential retake even more legs than it ordinarily would have. Just having Shiro in this very hard-to-unwean position, and the pieces all falling around the Frenchman. XMS needs to be the first man to poke on through. Smoke's place gives him some space. And with that Molotov forcing them back in passive, Lucky needs to throw another firebomb into the mix. That's a lovely shot by Lucky. Not sure what he spotted there, but with Shiro gone, here come the M4A1Ss, and right over the top for NAFANY, he's able to finish off the job. It's Gambit youngsters map point here on Overpass.
A very, very swift round where they're able to just dispose of that attack. And that retake's something that you just very rarely see. NAFANY just jumping up on top of the boxes and just taking all the fight.
Arsenal, this could potentially be the perfect round. Smoke dissipates, the flash through perfect. There's the headshot as NAFANY does get traded. Interz the second man between the barrels. That drops the C4, and as the AWP doesn't connect, Hobbit the next to fall. But Shiro's still ready and waiting. This AWP to be a surprising factor. Bomb goes down, last possible seconds. As Axel the 1 versus 2, and he denies it with a nade. That's the map over, Josh. 16-11 in its... Oh, he's right behind the pack on the A-bomb site. Heretics, they had to be very aware of this one.
Oh, Gambit, they just have so
much to work with. He is right behind the enemy lines. Bomb still yet to go down, and Hobbit right behind the sentry pack. Shiro finds the first. Bomb goes away, and now Hobbit can really open up this fragging. XMS, he's stolen a USPS in the meantime, and wants to take this fight. It's a one-man deficit as he eliminates Hobbit. That eliminates the numbers, turns it back in the Heretics' favor. NAFANY finds one in the meantime, and another one. Quick headshots, Lucky out in the open. The kit unavailable. He's able to pick it up, and right over the top, there's a final bullet headshot. Gambit 1-0. Great pistol.
I love the play there from NAFANY to just continue to...
He's got the angle, and a bit of support for his trouble as well. So the M4s, they are just going to line this one up. We know how convincing NAFANY is, and well, it's the 3-for-1 trade. He doesn't even need to backtrack here. Should probably, considering bomb down, smoke goes away, and he still has this ramp under control. Another kill for his troubles as he finishes off the job with a quad kill.
These odds, well, they're looking funky.
Yeah, they certainly are. Better's at least predicting that this is going to be a Gambit stronghold. Heretics ring within that smoke, and Heretics seem to be aware. This is an angle they are going to check, and Lucky fortunately finds the frag. It's the AK-47 to try and capitalize, and Shiro, almost all 3 of those kills. Kio's able to trade.
He should just be able to put an end to this one, and yeah, there we go. Spots them both out, sprays them both away, and that's going to be...
Here as one of those favorable invites. They don't really get a lot of chance to really flex their muscles on the international stage, but Gambit has all these HEs just raining in. There's another Molotov. Eat that. 70 seconds in Heretic, already incurring massive damage.
Should just be able to shut this one down as the smokes come through.
And Shiro right over the top as well. Might be the pivotal player. Quick shot through that dissipating smoke. And there's a second for his troubles. Just Kio versus 4 now. As that AK-47 should just be held at an arm's length. And Hobbit will secure it. What a convincing round for Gambit once again. That money starting to build. Great 4-0.
Absolutely is. You talk about SAW being one of these playoff invite teams. And I did think to myself, yeah, that is a bizarre one. When you look at the teams that have actually come...
In this specific series, once again, the A-bomb site becomes under contest, and I want to see Heretics up the pace. That's exactly what they do. NAFANY gets caught off guard right away. And do they burst off the back of this? Time for the HEs once again. There goes one over the top and is going to do some significant damage there. Hobbit wants to reaggress. There's the flashbang to finish. And he finds 1 kill along with interz. And they are just going to fall away into this 4 versus 4 scenario for Shiro to do even more. Python's very low on HP. There goes another HE, but not nearly as effective. Does force Hobbit back on 17 points of health. And there's another one right through the smoke for Maka, the attacker. He's got the A-bomb site firmly under T control as he does sweep away a second.
Finally, they're actually tested. They have this man disadvantage. The time's ticking away. They don't have the utility to work with, but Axe was able to find that first. Brings things back into a 2-on-2, but the time pressure's still mounting. And I don't know if they've got time to find these kills. Shiro should be able to spot this out as the smoke starts to dissipate. Able to spot out the first, gets himself the kill, but oh my goodness, the defuse actually happened?
That was
just missed. That's so bizarre. Sometimes you see diffusers come through smokes, and it's a little bit tricky. There might have to be decimation here on Vertigo so far.
Yeah,
they're
especially
really
in the first
control.
5. I think the one key factor that we didn't really talk about there is Maka was stood all the way out in the open in that 3 versus 2 scenario. Knowing that Python was literally on 3 points of health, why is he playing so aggro there? Inter's able to trade one right back in this one, but still it's about the 35-second mark. Shiro on the angle. That is a dangerous name to come up against, and that's exactly why. Makes it look easy on the defense as the pistol comes through. Bit over aggressive from him. Might actually give away a bomb plant to Maka, but he's done the damage. With no HEs in play, there's no instant refusal policy. Fake tap, needs the headshot. There's the Molotov, and that should surely finish him. Forces him forward instead. The AWP retrieved, but he's got 10 seconds to play with. Has to go into the NAFANY.
It's all on Shiro, and if Hobbit can't connect, then they could have problems, especially with that secondary smoke going up. It allows the T's to get closer, but Shiro connects. He's going to fall away. Hobbit chimes in for more, and Lucky, completely unaware of the offer. This is just crumbling for Heretic.
Right now on this T side, it'll be a 7-0 start, no bomb plant, and no further kills. No idea that he's playing so close. But with the AWP, it feels like Shiro's always ready to take the shot in. Well, there it is, a sliding swing, and Hobbit pay any dividends. Only Kio to try and close this one. He incurs way too much damage in that opening.
Paul, back when I used to play, so I'm not sure why this is, but it really feels like the A ramp on this map is... Well, Kio is trying to take this middle control, but that's exactly what happens. It's just lock and key once again for Gambit. And now this B site, heavily contested. The CTs are all stacked up, and Axel punches in some damage, and now needs to rely on the reinforcements, but he drops nonetheless.
Feels like Gambit have all of the building blocks in place, and in the 2 versus 2, once again, they're dealing with this one with ease. XMS 21 HP, just a Galil up close and personal, and the flashbang through shouldn't really do too much either. NAFANY knows exactly where he's playing from, and then
I've been able to pick up.
These flashbangs are brutal, aren't they? I just think if you're Heretics, you cannot stand there away on ramp. This one with absolute ease, and I hate to say it, Josh, but this is looking like a potential... Are we allowed to say it? It's like the Voldemort of Counter-Strike.
Heretics just haven't really brought anything into this one. In so many of these rounds, Gambit have just had full control. kioShiMa has got an opportunity right now to actually take this 3-on-1, but he's only good for the single. Feels like on Vertigo here, though, they've left it too late. This is their own map pick. They're already 10-0 down, and even in the 11th, the 1-for-1 trade to kick things off, and this A site still being held by the defenders with 20 seconds on this clock.
So damn close. 0. Remember, this is something that's gone unmentioned for a little while. This is Heretics' pick. It's their map pick, Josh.
It absolutely is, and it's not going their way whatsoever. kioShiMa, well, he is able to take down a couple with it.
Not really names I'm familiar with on the international scene. That was in the Flashpoint 2 Open qualifier. Obviously not playing it too much. Players Fabi, Spint.
I'm not too sure. I see Emoshen was on there. He's
Emoshen.
like
Oh yeah.
a mutual friend.
Emoshen.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not too sure either. Nonetheless, in actual recent weeks, they've taken down teams like Virtus.pro and Godsent as well in the 9-5-4 on this map. So,
on Vertigo. Where's that?
Yep.
Where's that in the stats? For what? Obviously, as an org, you want your players to be on the server all of the time, but sometimes it's just not healthy, and I think Gambit really do prosper off the back of that. Hobbit forced away by the flash. That's mid-control. Pistols should get absolutely demolished once again. This is just a force buy for kioShiMa. Everybody else conserving a little bit of cash for round number 14. That's the penultimate one of the half, but with Gambit locking it down, it really opens the door.
It's a pure showcase of, okay, Gambit, they're the favourites in this one. You do obviously anticipate them to take it, but you can look at these statistics all day long. You can say, oh, Heretics, they're not very strong on Overpass. They're much now. Gambit are feeling Vertigo.
Certainly are, and Shiro is also. Quick kills towards ramp once again as Hobbit looks for the conversion. It's an absolute bloodbath for Team Heretics. They find 1 kill as a response, but this round is practically over. And Maka's about to walk right into the crosshairs of NAFANY. He hears all of these jumps. He hears and sees everything, including the shoulder. That's the round over. 13-1 for Gambit as they look to...
Not a healthy buy. Not something that you want to be facing up against a side like Gambit with. And, well, that's exactly why. Axe was just going to swing out and mow you down.
By the way, Josh, is this the first time they've gone towards the B bomb site right off the bat? Because I'm doing the maths, and they've gone towards...
Having too many guys on this A site, they've still had a solid defense all round. They've still had 2 men playing a solid crossfire on the B site in every single round, and they've just been winning all of their gunfights. And we see once again here, Axel just taking that early engagement, often uncontested. This time he was, but still does 170 damage before he falls.
And now Heretics forced into a really tricky 2 versus 3 scenario. Gambit just all over this map, looking to secure one but the flawless half. The 14-1, of course. Out in the open, Hobbit, he's able to convert. And what a snooze from Heretics. What an awful half.
14-1 down. I don't see Gambit letting this one slip away whatsoever.
I'll make a deal. If Heretics close this out 16-14, I will give a cake to every single person in the chat. A real cake.
Wow. That's a big commitment. That's a big investment. It's a lot of money's worth of cake.
It'll be a big cake as well.
Oh, you're going to bake one, sell your equipment and buy baking equipment. That's a huge commitment. And, well, that pistol round.
Chat, please. I need to know how many cakes we're baking.
Exclamation mark cake. Well, here comes the Glocks. They walk right into the automatic weapons. They have actually done a lot of damage, and as Axel finds himself one, kioShiMa could quite easily drop here, and he... Oh, does he? No, okay, Maka nicely picks up the pieces, but 3 kills found. Unfortunately, no bomb plant, though, and that's really where they want a bit of extra cash, but it's not going to happen. Twistzz is now only on 40 points of health, and Python on 60. Maka needs to be here to support. Oh, misses that all-important shot. XMS is able to trade it. He can pick up the ult for himself. But 1-for-1 trades is certainly something Gambit will be happy with. They thin out these defenses, and now they should be able to get onto this A site. The only contest is XMS right now with this orb. Up close and personal, needs to hit the shots. And Shiro, he's punching damage through, but he isn't going to be able to find a whole lot more.
Axel looks to try and close this one off, Josh, but he's unable to do so.
I don't know. I think you're just trying to get away from making cakes. I think you need to accept that hey, this could be a reality.
Well, what do people want? Do you want chocolate? A flamboyant ain't getting
Rich cake anyway.
How much did the casters get paid? Not enough to cook 1,300 cakes.
Yeah, not even close. You need sugar. You need really specific types of sugar as well. Like caster sugar and stuff.
Yeah, no, I've got lots of caster sugar already, obviously, with my job.
Well, hey. Oh, this could be the beginning of the end, Squid. They found this man advantage. They found this A site. Now a 2 versus 2 to try and close here.
Well, it might be the end of cake time if Heretics don't close this one out, but with Shiro versus 2, that Molotov should give him a bit more of a vantage point, and he goes towards the AK-47 instead. Wants to have a bit of automatic viability and mobility here on the A-bomb site, as this peak is very aggressive right now. Python is going to finish off the job. But this is certainly not one of them. Shiro doesn't have the AWP, but it is AKs all around, and XMS with that sliding shot should be able
A site instead actually holding that aggressive angle. Python right now certainly challenged on the B site, and he's only going to go 1-for-1. Axel finding himself another. This is such a fantastic entry. Has been spotted out by Lucky, but it seems that his position's known as well. So yeah, this is going to be a difficult 3v3 for the CTs to pick up here.
Oh, and that Molotov, he walks right into it. 34 points of health, and Axel trying to slide around, stay in contention as NAFANY finds another one. Maka remains. He is just isolated towards the middle of the map, and Axel just wants to hold this one at bay. Spots the shoulder. Here comes the bomb plant. They need to be aware of the flank, but not any longer. They know exactly where he's playing from, and then this one all picked up. Plenty of bullets in the barrel, 23 to utilize. As there goes the initial headshot, and Maka, oh man, he keeps the cake dream going. That's the pipeline dream there for Heretics, up to 7.
Wow, it really felt like Maka was out of options there, but somehow picks up
5 points of health, and he's got relatively little control right now. Still stuck away on the ramp, and NAFANY, oh, he's got the perfect angle.
Certainly a good start, especially with that second. They've bounced. Python doesn't realize that they've creeped through. This could be problematic for Lucky.
Oh, interz just switches it up, and that whole B bomb site has been taken control of. Don't blame me, blame the Heretics. No cakes by the looks of things, as they won't have any money to work with in the next either. This could be a 16-7 right now, unless Keo finds a 1 versus 5, which he isn't able to pull through.
Have been able to pull off in this game, but Heretics not so much. Right now, just with these pistols as well, this should just be the end here. Gambit should be able to close.
Finals, we talked about that before. I'm sure that we'll be following the pace throughout this tournament. Shiro with another one, and I think Maka's Desert Eagle is the only player who can maybe run things amok, but as he falls, everybody with him, and Heretics, this will be the 2-0 loss for them as we wave bye-bye to the Frenchman here in Season 8. Just the MP9 remaining, Josh, and this one, it's very over.
Yeah, really not a lot that they were left with here after that 14-1 first half. It was absolutely abysmal. We've seen a little bit more from them on this CT side, but clearly not enough. And as Hobbit puts the final nail in the coffin,